My name is Dawn and this is Sebastian.
Hello.
We work at Performance Place Sports Care in Costa Mesa, California.
Locally world famous.
Wonderful, and we're going to get right into talking about this patient today. So ultimately, main complaint was front of the hip and groin pretty much all throughout the day, was achy and stiff, would get worse when sitting, would feel it all the time with sitting, would grow on him, would maybe migrate to the backside. Walking a certain distance, it would start to stab him kind of in the butt area as well.
Like in the upper butt or like the lower
kind of like
sit bone?
Deep in the sit bone area.
Could he sit how you are right now?
No, he could not. So actually, if he did, it would sit, like his knee would kind of sit up higher on one side compared to the other. He had some pain with squatting, and sleeping at night on that side was also a little difficult. And so he had come in and presented to me, said he's tried a stretching routine. It doesn't seem to be working for him. Got some x-rays and showed some arthritis, and now he came to see me.
What was his, what couldn't he do other than walk? Like, was he a runner, or what would he do?
So he wanted to get back into strength training, but he was, one, afraid to get into strength training again because he feels like he's not doing it right for his own body, or he might be making some things worse. So he wants to get back to it, but he hadn't been doing that. He was okay with riding a bike. He had a Nordic bike at home, and if he did ride on the bike, he was completely fine. Walking his dog and going for long walks was kind of just his main activity at this point that he could tolerate but still had pain with.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Good history.
Cool. So what we're sharing today is kind of where he is in the process. We saw him recently. I wanted to fill you in on some things that we had done up until this point. He's about 65% better. And the last thing that now is sticking around is pain in the glute when walking a certain distance. So what we went through today was a squatting progression. So I'm going to pretend like you're him, and I want you to stand up for me and just show me a squat.
Facing you or
facing the camera, actually. So we're saying left side groin pain. He's squatting here. Good. Let's go arms above your head. Ouch. Also, to show me a right shift. He looked like this when squatting. So he kept shifting away from his pain in his squat. If I said reach your knuckles to the floor, it felt a little bit better, but he could still feel it. So we use squat as an outcome measure today. Can you go on your hands and knees for me sideways and show me a quad rock? This is the exact same thing as squatting, at least the pattern itself. He had absolutely no pain or discomfort in this. So we just regressed the squat, and we did about 10 to 20 reps of this, okay? And then we got back up and we retested his squat, and he said, wow, that's actually a lot better. It's still there, but it's a lot better, okay? So the next thing that we did, I started him off with some quad rocks like that. In the office, we have kind of a door jam that we use, but we're gonna use a buddy squat for you.
Okay.
That's okay. Camera-wise.
Yeah, the camera, that'll work.
What he's gonna, he's just gonna grab onto something in front of him, get low and lazy at the bottom here, and then come back up. Basically, we're just going through reps of this. Ultimately, he just has some support in front of him. I asked him, how's your hip in this? He says, I'm completely fine. So basically, we're gonna go through 10, 20 reps of this. Afterwards, retest your squat and see how you feel. At this point, he had no pain or discomfort anymore, so we loaded it. We put some weight in his hands. We had him do some low squatting with a little bit of weight, nothing crazy. And then we also wanted to target how much he was shifting away from his side of complaint. It actually corrected already on its own through some of this, and then we really targeted his left side glute just to get him to use it a little bit better.
So why do you think that is? Why do you think just doing something like patterning the movement was so helpful to him?
I think a lot of times that body just remembers old injuries, and you have to just go back and kind of gradually expose it to things that used to hurt in the past. So sometimes once you're done with the injury, again, nervous system remembers it, so we just show the nervous system this stuff is okay again, and here we go. Now you can squat.
Yeah, so it's not in his head, it's really a physical manifestation.
Absolutely. Yep, so that was what he went home with today, and we're gonna see how he feels next time.
Great. If you guys are having problems like this, reach out to us. We can work with you with your growing pain virtually or in person. We've seen people virtually with this, and as you see, we can coach exercise virtually. It's not a problem at all. So our contact is below. We'd love to work with you. Reach out. We'll see you soon.